Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm doing a tag that I've wanted to do since I heard about it, and that is the Booktuber Shoutouts Tag. This tag was created by Between Chapters, and it's been going around BookTube. I'm sure you've seen it, so I've been tagged by a lot of people. Here is the list. Riley from Riley Marie, Akos from Middle Grade Lit Cheerleader, Mike from Slice of Mike, Samantha from Novels and Nonsense, Sarah, Ella, Patty from I Smell Books, and Kristen from Cap89X. I might have left some people out. I was writing everybody down on a post-it note midway through the month, and then I misplaced that note. So these are the ones that I know for sure, but if you've tagged me as well, let me know, and I will put your information down in the box and such. I do also do Booktuber shoutout videos every couple months or so on my channel, so I will link some of those down below. There's going to be some repeat people that I'm shouting out again because they fit these questions just so well, but some people I might not mention, etc. So those videos are linked down below, and I will be continuing to do those every couple months anyway because I just love shout-out videos. But I have a lot of people to talk about today, so let's get going. Question number one is, who is the first booktuber you discovered, and what was the first video that you watched from them? I do not remember the first video. I discovered BookTube like 4 years ago, before I think they were even calling it BookTube, I think. But the first person I remember watching was Kaz from Little Book Owl, who I continue to watch and who I continue to adore. I loved her videos, I loved her accent, I loved her background, I loved that it was called Little Book Owl because I love owls. I just loved her entire personality. I still watch her to this day, and the fact that we now interact on Twitter and stuff is so cool to me. I just adore her and her personality and her taste in books, and I wish that she lived closer so that we could hang out. I love her so, so much. Number two is, who is the most recent booktuber you subscribed to? I actually have been subscribing to a lot of people recently because of all these shoutout videos, but the one I subscribed to most recently was Mariana from Impression Blend. I really enjoy her videos. She has a really nice setup, a really beautiful camera that I envy because it looks just amazing and gorgeous. She talks about books as well as movies, so her wrap-ups include books and movies, and I always really like those because I don't watch a ton of movies myself. I enjoy movies, but I forget about a lot of them, so she kind of motivates me to read more but also to watch more movies, and I just really enjoy her personality, and she's very soothing, like a very soothing voice, and I really enjoy her videos. Number three is, did any booktubers inspire you to start your own channel? And that was kind of a group effort. I just started watching booktube and realized that I could do this as well, but the two people that come to mind are again Kaz from Little Book Owl and Misty from The Book Rat. I really enjoy Misty's channel as well. She is the first time that I really discovered there was book blogging as well because she runs a very popular book blog as well as her vlog, and I really enjoyed all of her hauls. She was one of the first people that I saw that did a lot of hauls, has a lot of books on her shelf, and so it was always just really fun to watch all the things she was getting. She loves Jane Austen, and she does like a Jane Austen special one time a year, and she also does a fairy tale fortnight, which is all fairy tale retellings and stuff, which speaks to my soul, so I absolutely loved her videos and her personality and how down to earth she was, and I think she kind of inspired me, along with other people, to start my channel. Number four is, name some booktubers that have been with you since the beginning. There was a nice little group of us that kind of started all at the same time, so I'm going to be listing off a few people. But the first person who ever subscribed to me, and I still remember it to this day, is Nappy Bookish Babe, who is Denise. I had her subscribe to me I think a couple days after uploading my first video. She was the one sole subscriber, and I was so excited. I remember distinctly seeing her icon and everything, and she's still a subscriber to this day, which blows me away, and it was so awesome because I was putting my stuff out there and not thinking that anyone was really going to see it, and having her come and watch my videos was really cool. And I think she started a channel since then as well. I don't know if she had a channel when she first started watching me, but it was really awesome and I really appreciate it. I also distinctly remember Karina from Karina E. She started watching me at the very beginning as well, and I remember her comment, and I've talked about it to her since then. She made a comment about my voice being kind of like an assassin's voice, like she could picture me as a villain or as an assassin, which is like the biggest compliment to me. Not everybody would necessarily say that, but I was speaking very quietly, and I have a deeper voice anyway. So she said she could picture me as like a badass assassin character, and I was like, that is the best comment I have ever received. I still have that as one of my favorite comments of all time I've ever gotten on my channel, and I absolutely adore her, and she is so super sweet, and I've been watching her videos pretty much since she commented, and I saw that she had a channel, and I absolutely adore her. Also, Akos from the Middle Grade Lit Teenager, Patty from I Smell Books, and Joe from Joe Reads Books. We all started about the same time, and I love all those ladies as well. I have had the fortune to meet Patty at BEA this year, which was really awesome. I have not met Joe or Akos yet, but I'm sure that I will. All of them have been just so great and supportive, and we've all been really supportive of each other and been continuing to watch other's channels and cheer each other on and talk about books. They all read different things than I do. Each channel is very different in their taste, so I can go to all those different channels and see kind of different recommendations outside of my normal comfort zone, so I really love watching their channels, and since I've been watching them for a year, I feel like I know all of them, them, and I know like their kids and their cats and their husbands and everything, so it's really fun to still be with those girls to this day. Number 5 is name a booktuber you followed since their beginning. Obviously the girls I mentioned with Akos and Patty and Joe, we all follow each other at around the same time, so I obviously followed them since their beginning. One of the people that I followed that didn't start when I did, and I followed her pretty much since her beginning, was Diana from Novel Tea. I absolutely adore Diana's channel. She is a blogger that also came over to BookTube. I just really enjoy her personality. She knows what she's talking about, and she's a fangirl like I am, so it's really fun to see her kind of flail over certain books, and she's one of the many people that makes me want to read The Raven Boys, which I'm going to do very soon. I'm planning to do it in the fall, but she always talks about The Raven Boys and how much she just loves them, and I just love her channel. I love the quality of her videos. I love her intro graphics and stuff, and she just has a really great bubbly personality and always makes me smile whenever I watch one of her videos, and I'm so happy to follow her pretty much from her beginning. Number 6 is name a booktuber whose creativity you love. I have 2 for this. One is Jenny from Jellify. I'm sure all of you know who she is, but she does really great skit videos and discussions and stuff like that, and I deeply love discussions, as you guys know, so I really enjoy watching her videos, and they just feel different and are very indicative of her personality, which I really enjoy. I also really enjoy Brock from Let's Read. Brock's videos are so funny because of his personality, and he's really creative with his graphics. Sometimes how he does tags and stuff, he'll have like graphic intros, and he just has really funny, interesting videos. He doesn't upload all the time, but when he does, they're quality because they're just so creative, and I just really love watching his channel. Number 7 is name a booktuber whose positivity you love. Again, I have 2 for this. One is the lovely Shannon from Leaning Light. She's also somebody that I followed very shortly after joining BookTube. But I love her personality. She's always very positive, always very smiley. She is a mother of 2, and so she has a lot going on in her life, but she doesn't ever seem like she's too drained or she's too bored or whatever. She's always smiling and is always having a great time with her videos. And she also recently started a readathon, which I have talked about before, which is TBR Takedown, which I am participating in this weekend. I'm trying to think of when this video is going to go up, but she's a very wonderful, positive personality here in the community, and I love her videos. Another very positive person is Grace from Grace with a Book in Her Face. I absolutely adore her as well. I have had, again, the fortune to meet her at BookCon this year, and she is just so cute, and she's just adorable. She's always smiling, and even when she's saying something like how she doesn't like a book, because she's a very honest person as well, she'll still be smiling, which is just really adorable, and I just love her videos. We also have very similar taste in books and stuff, so I really love watching her channel and her smiling, bubbly face. Number 8 is name a booktuber whose honesty you admire, and I love really honest critical reviews, so this was kind of hard to narrow down, but I do have 2 favorites when it comes to honesty. Number 1 is Mike from Slice of Mike. I absolutely adore his videos. I've talked about him before. I love his personality and his sense of humor, but he's definitely very honest and very blunt and straight to the point. If he doesn't like something, he will let you know, and here are the reasons why. And I really appreciate that in a reviewer because I really trust what they're saying, and I just really enjoy that he is not afraid to say when he doesn't like a book, even if it's a popular book or not, and I just really enjoy his reviews. They're short, to the point, he says what he needs to say, but he says it in a very educated and eloquent way, and I absolutely adore his reviews. And I'm so grateful to Mike because through his shout out video, he actually introduced me to Marina's from My Name is Marina's, who I now adore with every piece of my soul. I love her videos. I love everything that she does. She is so eloquent, so intelligent, and her reviews are amazing. She is a very critical reviewer, which I personally really appreciate, and as I've said before to you guys, critical does not mean that she is mean or negative, but that she definitely knows what she's talking about when she critiques a book and reviews it, and you know that she's giving her honest opinion. She doesn't love everything, and she is not afraid to say it, and I love watching her reviews so much. I've gone through and watched every single review, which usually when I find a new booktuber, I don't necessarily do that. I've watched every single one of her videos in the last week or so since I discovered her and commented on pretty much everything and have been probably pretty much stalking her because I absolutely adore her and her reviews. Like I said, she is really good at critiquing books. She's also really good at critiquing the writing, which I myself haven't gotten to a point where I feel like I can really critique writing. I know when I don't like a certain kind of writing, but she can really break it down and say, this is why I didn't like this kind of writing, which I really, really admire. So I'm gonna stop gushing about her, but I absolutely adore her reviews, and if you like very blunt, very honest people who get straight to the point and say what they mean, you will love her. Number 9 is name a booktuber who always makes you laugh, and that has to be Emily from Emily Jean, the beautiful and wonderful Emily Jean. I have gushed about her before, but her videos are always, I'm like laughing right now because I'm thinking of them. Her videos are always so spot on, and she's made so many wonderful and creative videos about a number of different things, but her videos are so funny and her personality is funny and she's just a great person. her Jane Eyre video, which I will actually link down below because everybody needs to see it because it's honestly a gift from God, is beautiful. I've watched it so many times. Some of you might not know what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it, but it is seriously a work of art. It is wonderful. She is hysterical. I love watching her videos. She could be talking about anything. She could be reading a grocery list and I would still think it was so funny and that she was the best person ever. So if you haven't watched her yet, I don't know what you're doing, but if you definitely need to pick me up, go and watch her videos. She's hysterical. Number 10 is name a super friendly booktuber, somebody who's always replying to your comments on their videos and commenting on your videos. For that, it has to be Caitlin from Book Chats. I adore Caitlin. Another person I've been fortunate enough to meet. It's really nice how a lot of these people I have been fortunate enough to meet in the last year or so, but she is a very sweet person, again, very eloquent, and she is all over everybody's videos, commenting and talking back, and it's always long paragraphs of discussion, which I love, and I always see her on my comments, even commenting to other people and having discussions within my comments, which I really love. She does that on her own videos, on other people's videos. It's amazing. She really gets into the community and discusses with people, which I absolutely love, and she is so social and so awesome, and I, again, love her videos and her discussions and how eloquent she is and how super friendly she is. Number 11 is name a booktuber who always makes you add books to your TBR, and I have again 2 for this. The first person is Becca from Awesome Book Nut. She always makes me add books to my TBR, so whenever I watch one of her videos, I automatically have Goodreads up on my phone, just ready for it, because she has a lot of hauls with books that are not necessarily the most popular. Obviously, she reads popular books too, but she reads stuff that maybe I haven't heard of before, which is also really awesome. And she also does an upcoming release video, I think every month, and talks about some of the upcoming releases, some of the more popular ones, some of the ones maybe we haven't heard of. So I'm always adding a book to my TBR whenever I'm watching one of her videos. The other booktuber is Jillian from Bookish and Nerdy, who is pretty much famous at this point for her book hauls, and I absolutely love watching her videos. Again, another person who I automatically have Goodreads open because I know I'm going to add something to my TBR. She reads a lot of stuff that I enjoy, but also some different stuff. She is into new adult, or she has been for a little while, and I don't read a ton of new adult, but whenever she holds up some new adult book, I'm like, I should probably read that, and automatically it goes in my TBR. So I love watching her book hauls because I can just pop it on and probably add at least 5 books to my TBR. Number 12 is name a booktuber who has similar taste in books to you, and I also have 2 for this. 2 people actually have like similar tastes in stuff in general, I believe. So the first one is Kayla from Bookadoodles. Kayla and I just seem to really mesh as far as books we like. She really loves fantasy, and as you know, fantasy is my preferred genre. So anytime that she recommends something, I'm like, I have to read that. And she was the one that recommended the Girl, Fire, and Thorns trilogy, which I have been gushing about since I read it. So I am so grateful to Kayla and her amazing taste, because anytime that she recommends something, I pretty much need to read it because I know I'm going to love it. The second booktuber is Victoria from Victoria Shaz. I absolutely love her channel and everything about her. We are honestly soul sisters in so many ways. We have so many similar tastes in pretty much everything, books and video games and just a lot of things. It's very eerie how similar we are as far as things that we like. So I pretty much know if she likes the book, I'm gonna like that book, and I'm gonna want to read that book, and I'm gonna want to push some of my favorites on her because she'll probably like them. And I just really love watching her videos and pretty much talking about anything hobby-wise too, because as I said, we have very similar hobbies and tastes in like video games and stuff, so we can pretty much talk about anything because we are so similar in our tastes, and I really love that. Obviously, also in this category is Kristen from Cap89X and Sarah Jane from The Book Life, who are 2 of my BookTube best friends. We do read-alongs together, but I didn't think I needed to mention those guys because you honestly know about them by now. I mention them in every video. I think their channels are linked in pretty much every video of mine because I mentioned them at least once, but I couldn't get through this whole list without kind of sneaking them in there because, of course, we have very similar taste in books. 13 is name a booktuber who has different taste in books to you, but you still really enjoy their channel. First is Elizabeth from Books and Pieces. I absolutely love her channel. She has really amazing content, very informative, and just fun. She does like costume dress-up stuff in a lot of her videos, and it's just very creative, and I really enjoy watching her videos. And she reads a lot of different stuff than I do. She reads a lot of science fiction, especially science fiction and fantasy, but especially science fiction and more classic science fiction she's a really big fan of, which I pretty much have never touched classic science fiction, but I'm always adding stuff to my like eventually pile because I just love her recommendations and love her videos, and she's just a great fun person to watch. The other person is Mercedes from Mercy's Bookish Musings. Mercedes is another person who reads very differently than I do. She reads a lot of adult books, pretty much no YA for the most part, and she reads a lot of fantasy, which obviously I enjoy, so I always get recommendations there, but she also reads literary fiction and stuff like that. So I really love watching her videos because they're very different from the things that I'm reading, and she motivates me to kind of get out of my comfort zone and read something different. And she also really appreciates beautiful books. so that makes the whole getting out of your comfort zone that much more enticing. Number 14 is name a booktuber who impresses you with the amount of books they read. I'm pretty sure everyone has answered pretty much the same person because she reads like a beast, and that is Lindsay from Lindsay Ray. She reads so much that she actually does weekly wrap-ups that pretty much match my monthly wrap-ups. She reads a ton, and she is awe-inspiring with the amount that she reads, and she reads very varied amounts of books, all different kinds of genres, and I definitely envy her. Another person who I feel reads a ton is Samantha from Novels and Nonsense. She's always doing like Friday Reads videos, and there's always a fairly big stack. Not necessarily that she's getting through all those, but I feel like she does read a lot, and I'm always blown away by some of the things that she reads because there's also a lot of really big books in there. Like, Samantha reads a lot of big fantasy books and adult fantasy, and I'm always like, that would intimidate me so much, and I don't know how you have the time, but she finds the time to read multiple of those within a month, which I think is really awesome. Number 15 is actually a bonus question. Riley from Riley Marie, when she tagged me in her video, talked about this category, and I wanted to include it as well because it is the category that I was tagged in. And that is name a booktuber who always voices their thoughts well. It's pretty obvious from this list that I've obviously mentioned a lot of people who I feel are very eloquent and who definitely voice their opinions well, but there's two other people that I want to talk about here. The first one is Adriana from Perpetual Pages. I absolutely love her channel, another girl who is my soul sister, and I think she is just amazing when she's talking about books. She really convinces you to read books for good reason, and her reviews are always excellent, very eloquent, and she enunciates, which I have an issue with. I'm always stumbling over my words, but she definitely is very eloquent and is always convincing me to pick something up that I wasn't expecting to want to pick up. All of a sudden, I watch a review from her and suddenly I want to read this book, and I have to read this book, and she just is always really great at expressing her feelings with book chats or with a review or anything. She is a very eloquent person. The second booktuber is Ron from Rod Lit. She hasn't been making a ton of videos lately, but her videos are excellent. She is so smart and so eloquent and is very educated. She's in her master's, I think, program, and so she knows a lot educational wise about things, and classics especially, which is something again that's out of my comfort zone, and she'll talk about classics that I don't think a lot of people even know about necessarily, so I really love watching her videos. She's very eloquent, but also fun, another person who's very funny and who makes it kind of fun to learn about classics that might be pretty dry if you were learning about them in like a college classroom. And question number 16 is to shout out a booktuber with under 500 subscribers, someone with over 10,000 subscribers, and someone in the middle. So for the first category, I want to shout out Felicia from Little Prairie Library. I love her channel, I've been following her for a while now, and she's just a very sweet person, very sweet personality, and we've done buddy reads and stuff together, and I really enjoy watching her videos. As I said, she's very sweet and very friendly, another person who's always commenting on videos, and I really, really love her channel. The second person is kind of cheating because she is above 500 subscribers, but she's under 1,000, and that is Kelsey from Nerd at Heart. I really love her videos as well. She definitely talks about stuff that's not just book related, and she talks about graphic novels a lot and comics, which I really appreciate. I get recommendations from her, and she does videos specifically about graphic novels, which I love watching, and I just really enjoy her personality and the kind of nerdy channel that she has. For my in the middle category, the first person is Pip from Pippity Bop. I love her videos. She's somebody, again, who makes me smile whenever I watch her videos. She's very positive, very funny, and she has recently gotten into the book industry with cover design, I think, for Simon & Schuster, which was really awesome. So I really love her videos. She's another person who's pretty to the point about what she likes about books and what she doesn't like, and I just really enjoy her videos. I feel like we also have very similar taste in books. The second person is Sarah from Sarah Actually Reads. She's another channel that I just really love and adore. I'm smiling about all these channels because I love all these people and all these channels, but I absolutely adore watching her videos. She has a very funny, very dry sense of humor again, and I love watching her videos because she reads a little bit different than me. She reads some books that are kind of the same as what I read and some books that are very different out of my comfort zone, so it's nice to go and kind of get a mix of different books and recommendations on her channel, and she's just a really great person and somebody that I feel like I could just hang out with and chill with, and it'd be totally cool. And for more than 10,000 subscribers, I have to shout out the lovely Cassidy from Cassidy Von Shea. Cassidy could also fall into any of these categories. She is so super friendly. She always makes me add books to my TBR. She is also creative. She's just a really great, friendly personality and very welcoming to the community, and I just really love how she does have a lot of subscribers, but she also takes the time to make you feel like she doesn't have a very big channel, and I think that's really important and really awesome, and I just really love watching her videos. Again, we have very similar tastes in books, and she's gotten recommendations from me, and I've gotten recommendations from her, and it's just really awesome, and I really love her channel, and she is just a great part of the BookTube community. So that is it for the Booktuber Shoutouts tag. As I said, I do Booktuber Shoutouts a lot on my channel every couple months or so, so if you want some more shoutouts, definitely stay tuned tuned for more of those videos. I love shouting out channels, and I love finding new people and new channels to watch, so definitely comment down below, let me know some of your favorites for some of these categories. I'm also going to be doing a shout out on my blog for bloggers and book blurs and Instagrammers and stuff for some of these questions, because I think some of these questions could also fit those categories. So if you are interested in learning some of the recommendations I have outside of the booktube community and more in the other part of the book community, go and check out my post. It is linked down below. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!